What up, guys? It's your boy, the Big Rob Theory. I'm actually surprised it took me so long to get to this movie, but I finally have seen it, and it is Assassin's Creed. This movie was directed by Jötunn Productions. It's an action, adventure, and fantasy film that kind of follows the storylines of the Assassin's Creed games, critically acclaimed games. I personally am a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise. I believe was modeled after the Ezio trilogy, which is famed to be one of the best iterations of Assassin's Creed ever. If you agree or disagree, please definitely comment down below. I'd love to talk to you guys about this. This movie, highly underrated. I'm very surprised. Going into this, I had previously heard that this movie was not that great and it was an embarrassment to Assassin's Creed. So I was very surprised by the end of this movie how I felt, because I loved this movie. I went into it thinking it was going to be terrible, but I was pleasantly surprised that this movie was beautiful. The way how they introduced the Animus, the Templars, and the Assassin's Creed Order. Michael Fassbender is one of the main characters. He plays Cal, aka Aguilar, that is the assassin that he kind of goes into, if you will, kind of a memory thing. So basically it's set 500 years before their current time is where they dive into the Animus and go back in time to live through like their ancestors' memories to see where certain artifacts are. Apple of Eden is one of them. It controls free will. So basically the Templars want to destroy the Assassin's Creed Order by getting rid of free will. Pretty crazy. I think it's pretty crazy. Marion Cotillard, she is a great actress. I absolutely love her and a lot of the things she's done. She plays Dr. Sophia Riken. One of my favorite actors of all time, Jeremy Irons. He plays Dr. Riken, who runs the Abstergo facility that we see mainly in the movie. Brandon Gleeson plays Cal's father, Joseph Lynch. You don't really see too much of him until later on in the movie. So as all Assassin's Creed fans know, there's these certain sayings that are said throughout the franchise that just have become so iconic. One of the main ones is, "We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins." Once that came into the movie, I got literal chills, because it's like I'm watching the video game, but through real actors. You know, it sounds crazy, but that's how I felt watching it, because I got so enveloped into the movie. That's how gripping this movie was. Again, I'm extremely surprised to see some of the reviews I have about this movie and the fact that no one really talks about it. What? So this takes place in the rehabilitation wing of the Abstergo Foundation facility in Madrid. These people, some of them are ex-convicts or just, I don't know, maybe random people that they found, but from what I gathered from the movie, a lot of these people are dead to the public, but are alive, obviously, in secret to run these underground things and be test subjects for these underground operations. Dr. Sophia Riken is the director of the Animus Project, and so she spearheads pretty much everything that goes into the regressions, which is what they call it when the subjects go into the Animus and into their ancestors' memories. For those of you who know about Assassin's Creed, you know sometimes they come out of the Animus, various complications, you know. First-time users of the Animus typically have a lot of issues, but get worked out over time, you know, as they become fully synced. Fully synced or full synchronization is what Abstergo is aiming for with all these subjects. In the games, you get full synchronization by, you know, going to viewpoints and going on top of the viewpoints and climbing these tall things and basically getting a lay of the land and doing a significant move called the Leap of Faith, which is one of the most, if not the most iconic thing from Assassin's Creed. So overall, this movie was pretty gripping. Yes, there were some slow parts, and yes, there were some things I had a little bit of an issue with, but we'll get to that. Anytime he was in the Animus was awesome, as expected by fans and by myself. I figured that would be like the best parts of the movie, but to be honest with you, throughout the whole movie, the acting was really, really well done. There was great chemistry between a lot of the actors, in my opinion. Furthermore, Michael Fassbender really dove into the whole person who comes in, thinks he's dead, especially being a convict, but he's actually alive underground doing this thing. Obviously it's not underground, but I mean, you know, under wraps. The cinematography in this movie is astounding. The way how the camera pans, especially like when you see the eagles fly over, that's kind of another significant thing. The eagle flying over, kind of giving you the lay of the land in the game. They do that whenever they enter in the Animus, and it's just a beautiful way to dive into the Animus from the real world in a movie type setting. the way how they did that and the CGI and everything was just beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I dove into this movie really thinking like, oh my goodness, I'm kind of playing the game right now. You know, not really playing the game, but I felt like it was taking me back to one of the first Assassin's Creeds. Assassin's Creed 2 is one of my all-time favorites. I really love Brotherhood too, but Assassin's Creed 2, man, when you first get the hidden blade with Ezio, it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So seeing this live action adaptation to the games is by far one of the best things I've seen in a while. To expand on cinematography too, the assassin parkour moves and the way how they fought and the way how they did assassinations was like textbook to the games. I cannot believe that they got the movements and everything so well. Actually, yeah, I can. I mean, Hollywood nowadays, they don't play around. Just seeing these assassins move in such fluid ways, dodging and weaving and using the hidden blades to attack instead of actually using like full-blown weapons, a huge nerd moment, okay? A really huge nerd moment. There were some things I didn't like during some of the slower parts when you pan to other characters that you know have an association later on in the movie. You just don't know what it is yet, obviously, or even when their association happens, it's still kind of like, were they really necessary? There were some characters in the movie that I personally thought if they weren't in it, it wouldn't make a difference. That's kind of one real issue I have, I guess. Another one would be a little bit more explanation on the artifacts, even though they kind of did that in the beginning and talk about it throughout. Just talk about the artifacts and talk about the ancient civilization a little bit more. Just a little bit more time in the Animus is what I'd like to see too. I get it, it was like an introductory movie. That's not really like a huge issue for me, but that would be a negative. So spoiler alert, there's this scene where Aguilar is running with Maria, played by Ariane Lebed. And they're doing these parkour moves like ridiculously well. And it just looks so fluid and in sync and awesome. A gamer's dream scene come to life, kind of. There's an assassination or a fight really that happens in to get to the artifact, and oh my gosh, it's literally like a boss fight. Like a boss fight in a video game, but in a movie. And it was just amazing to see that. I was sitting there just like, awesome. At first I thought it was just gonna be like a solo assassin story, which would have been cool too, but I do like that they had other assassins in this with him. That was really another ticket for me to love this movie. Thank you so much for sitting with me during this review. Please like and comment on the video and share this video, please, and let me know what you think about Assassin's Creed. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, let me know what you thought about the movie if you watched it, and what's your favorite Assassin's Creed game. I definitely want to converse on this, so please leave some comments down below. Thanks, guys. And away we go!